Why did your treasure, your heart's desire, your ideal partner choose a different path? For another person, is it a different direction or has he taken a different direction? Why a different decision? Why did he go a different way? And now let's take a look at that. So the path, the distance from you, and let's see what the trigger is, what's going on inside him in this area. Dear ones, a very, very warm and loving hello, a very loving hug to you all. And I thank you so much for your loyalty here on my channel. And to everyone who has newly joined, a very loving and big thank you. And feel yourselves all tightly hugged. Now let's take a look at what the energy shows, what they want to convey in this area, on this topic, this question. And, you know, we are in the collective, personalities are gender neutral. And a collective reading cannot apply to everyone. Very important. But you always pick out or take what resonates with you. And many, many thanks for your heartfelt, lovely comments again. So wonderful. And you know, dear ones, you can always feel free to suggest topics for a collective reading, to write, and I will, of course, gladly include them as well. And a very heartfelt thank you to all the new channel members, and also to the channel members who have decided to renew their membership. I am very happy about it. And to everyone out there, a very heartfelt thank you. You are wonderful. So now I'm sending you lots and lots of positive energy and many happy feelings. And now let's take a look at your person of the heart. What's really going on? And why, as mentioned, they have taken a different path. We will see what the background is. It might also be that they told you something, but you don't know if what they said is true. We will see. Okay, so 9 of Cups. So we have a topic here. There is this, yes, a frustration. Here are material issues I see with your person of the heart are being indicated here. And there is this, yes, I would say from, if we are now talking about relationships, God, we are in this area, relationship connection with you. That's how it is. 9 cups are filled, and this one, the 10th cup, was missing. So there was still something was still stuck here in the whole thing. And because normally that's what is actually shown. Normally it was only fulfillment for him. But something, this satisfaction with something he couldn't fully agree here, something was here. There is a frustration also shown again. And now let's take a closer look at what this whole thing is about. Because this is already a bit curious, the whole thing. So then we have the Chariot. With the Chariot, we also clearly see it shows the speed. Maybe it was too fast for him. You know, we will definitely get clarity here about what exactly was going on. And there's this kind of scribbling as if he somehow lost control. But there's something here that made him insecure and, yes, worked up. Perhaps he also lacked courage. But he's stuck in a kind of in-between world as I see it now. So what I can definitely say is that he is not satisfied with his situation, the way he is stuck in there now, because it is the satisfaction, actually the fulfillment of the bigger picture with you. Yes, that's how it was. And then there's also something from the Chariot, which is shown again here. This devotion, there's this. There's a love. Love has truly developed here. We have love as a major theme here. And what exactly it is that unsettled him here. Let's take a look now. So there is definitely, I also think, that maybe something went too fast for him here. Something didn't quite become clear. So now we have the 4 of coins. With the 4 of coins, yes, there's something with him. Also this, it's like a self-protection. I see him retreating, and there, something was lacking in security for him here. But I would say maybe it's his own security. Something didn't quite fit here. Because as if he might have lost control there, but control over what? Let's take a look at that now. Such distrust too. He has the whole something here, this overcautiousness. So I would say he was very, very overcautious. Maybe he didn't want to risk anything. Because I have all this exaggerated worries. And this overcautiousness. And there, yes, something is stuck in the gears. But somehow he's stuck right now. The good one, or the good one, depending. Let's take a look at that. Now, there were many that we can take with us. So then let's see what's going on there. What has blocked him there? Why did he choose exactly a different situation? Well, let me put it this way. The coyote here has some pretty strong and intense issues that are blocking him. We definitely have. What does it mean? What's blocking him here? We have the issue here. Why he chose a different path. And quite clearly, what I can say for sure, we have the insecurity here. But as I said at the beginning, he is completely dissatisfied with his current situation. So that is absolutely certain. So there's no question about it. Because the situation he is currently in is completely wrong. It's withdrawn. And he absolutely cannot cope with that. We clearly have influence here. Influence from outside. Influence from other people or another person. The other path he has taken, and we have very big issues from his past here. But now we need a bit more to clarify things so we can get more insight. The way of getting insight sounds a bit strange, I think. No, actually, it sounds totally silly. So, we now have a very clear picture with a person close to his heart. The fact that he decided against you or took another path has to do with his own issues. We have speed here. For him, it's about pressure. Pressure, maybe from your side, because you showed him a lot of heart, a lot of warmth. And that's what he clearly felt. We tap into the most present energy. And I think we already had that yesterday or the day before. Here are very deep feelings. You gave him a lot of love. With you, I have this clarity, this genuineness, this security, this stability. You also wanted stability. And it might be that it was too fast for him, overwhelmed with everything, because he couldn't handle your love. So much love. And then we also have the topic. That's it, because he can't conform with himself here. In this area, these fears of being able to give you all that, the fear of always being closed off, being able to open up to you because he was not completely open with you. This genuineness inside him, his true feelings always closed off and never fully shown. And there we clearly have an issue from his past. An issue from his past. He has always been closed off because his heart was repeatedly hurt. So we are really going far back here into his past. And there was always this others had control over him and always closed off again. But he has also been abandoned quite often. That's what he might not be completely honest about, what he shows outwardly, because I always sense this showing something different outwardly. So it's like he has worn or is wearing this mask. Worn, I would like to leave it at that for now, because this mask is also what makes him feel like he can't make you happy. He might not be able to give you everything completely. He was completely overwhelmed by so much love, the love he felt from you, but also the love he felt himself. This love, this deep, best, heart-touching feeling, that's what he couldn't handle. And that's why he ran away, completely gone, retreat, running away. And he saw many problems, but they were not problems that couldn't have been solved here. He himself, they were self-made problems. Because he always clings to the behavior, to the experiences he himself has also had. You, yourself, have also had relationships, have also had painful experiences, disappointments from your past. But you say, hey, I have now met someone here, and this person has shown me something completely different. It was all completely different. This meeting, this completely different feeling, suddenly you also didn't know yourself. And what you feel in the meeting, the first contact, the interactions, even perhaps when you were just writing to each other before you even met, there was something much more familiar, something intimate, something deep, something enduring. Completely, this security right away. You were so calm, all so clear. This nervousness is something you always have during the first meetings and so on. But it felt so good. And that's exactly what you felt. Your soulmate felt that too. You managed it. You cope with it. You say, okay, you can categorize it for yourself. It's new, it's beautiful, it's something very deep. And yes, my heart tells me the right thing. With your soulmate, I have Solin. He immediately expresses doubt, this distrust. Distrust because he doesn't really have trust himself. The trust in true love. Above all, the trust to be truly, honestly, and intensely, deeply loved. That's it. That was the crux of the whole thing. It went on for quite a while between the two of you. And then, repeatedly from the outside, there were always blockages and his issues from the past. You will have felt those too. I also felt the jealousy very intensely. From his side, you will have noticed that too. You tell yourself, hey, you can trust me. I only want you. I don't want anything from anyone else. But your loved one has unfortunately thrown you into a sack where the lizards were also in. And his experiences, events, what he also got from the family. No, there was always someone else. I've always been abandoned. Always. Meeting someone else in the background somehow and no idea. And that has always been the issue. And you tell yourself, hey, why? I only want you. Believe me, trust me. But for him, it's like this. He completely lacked trust because he always told himself, no, everything here keeps happening again. It repeats over and over again. So, but this deep connection, this deep love, he hasn't felt that yet. Neither have you. You haven't felt something like that either, so intensely. And this connection I still currently see between you, both of you. It's a bond that is not separated. And as I see it here, it won't be separated either. Because the connection is so intense. And the other path, be it another woman, another man, his past issues, just this competition, even if there is another person here, it's, as I always like to say, a temporary distraction. This woman has completely grabbed him at his most vulnerable point, at the point of attack, actually here at the thinnest. This thin-skinned area he currently has, and has sold herself perfectly well here. And it was just like this. Distraction is just pure distraction. But it's nothing real. I don't see any love here. It's just staged, played, false. I definitely have love for you. Lying here, it is like this. It is safety, love. And that is the reason why your beloved person has chosen a different path. But the path, the other path he has taken, is actually making him completely sick. Because just like you, he feels this connection between the two of you. There is something there, and you are still intensely firm in his heart. There's no getting around it. That's how it is. And there is this trust, because there it is for you. He is slowly but surely opening up to go into trust, the love. But he doesn't know if you even want to anymore. But he feels this connection. And honestly, the way I see him here, it's actually tearing him apart. Here I have a buddy who is actually lying in sorrow, in lovesickness. No matter what you see outside now, what simply still appears here, whether there is someone else, whether this course has gone in another direction again, or rather out in public, like meeting with others or however, buddies and so on. That's what you might see now, but you don't see his inner self. And his inner self says, hey, I completely love this woman and I feel absolutely terrible. He's a good entertainer. He can present himself really well again, put himself out there. Hey, I am well perceived, everything fits. This maintaining appearances, I have that very clearly here. And what you might see that he says, hey, I'm happy and so on. No, because if you look into his eyes, you will see that there is a lot of sadness, a lot of worries, a lot of disappointment, a lot of pain. Doubt, despair, I have that here. And there, you will also see this, that even if you see him visually right now, that he is not doing well at all. And what you might hear in words or so, like, hey, I'm good, great, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I have a complete lie here. Lying completely. But that's just because he wants to maintain appearances. But you are in his heart. And although it wasn't the question now, I always say everything the cards show. Whether here in the collective or in personal readings, I say everything the cards show related to a question. And it is also shown here that your loved one is really disappointed in himself for what he has done, because he knows it was the wrong path he took. And I see your loved one here taking action to get back in contact with you. So that is clearly shown to me. I see the communication between the two of you again. Communication is definitely indicated, and that very suddenly as well. Because from this disappointment, from these worries, because of so much heartache he has, real heartache that is now being shown, I have it here very suddenly, that he gets back in contact with you. So the message will definitely come to your home. So if we talk directly from the card image now, because I also have the change there, out of the rigidity, out of the silence, it comes out, and he will gather all his courage, because for him it takes courage to approach you directly again. But he will approach you because his heart has made the decision, his heartfelt decision. And I would say you won't immediately receive a declaration of love from him, but I see communication in the change. I see the transformation here, the change in communication, that there will be warmer communication, more heartfelt communication. Perhaps also supporting that something is happening. So he will come up with something, but I definitely see that here. Now let's take a look at what else is being shown. So we have the Ten of Wands. Please excuse me. With the Ten of Wands. It also shows here, quite honestly, your loved one is carrying a heavy burden. That is the decision he has made. It is a great burden for him. And it's like this. We have this responsibility again. This, oh God, I can't give her everything. I can't. He sees himself as very small. Again and again, you much bigger. You are stable. You handle everything here. You get everything under control. And especially when it comes to love, because he sees you as something very special. As very kind, warm. Now this realization too, hey, wait, I can absolutely trust this person. And he follows, as I said, there I have it. This reasoning, the heartfelt reasoning, lies very intensely, that he also follows the path of the heart. And this is really an absolute heavy burden right now, but he will let go here. Let go from this old behavior pattern. He will close off the old and move into change, complete change, also back into communication with you. And communication also on the soul level. You will have been feeling this all along, that it is communication with him or with her. As I said, letting go here, he will let go of all of it and move into this carefree state, into this relaxed phase, because he now feels very alone in general. This decision, as I said, that he made, he feels very alone. And even if he is still circling around a bit, making it seem hopeless, he will definitely reach completion here and free himself from this burden. And say, hey, I'm moving into the relaxed phase. I'm coming into activity here. And the activity is also shown again with the Love of the Wands, swords. Wands, sorry. The Seven of Wands is shown again with the Love of the Wands. And with the Seven of Wands, it also shows that his jealousy is still there. Jealousy that he might have lost you to someone else. And he completely lets down this protective armor and comes back. He frees himself from his inner conflict and will successfully assert himself. Successfully assert himself to become active again, especially to trust himself, to trust in love, and to try knocking on your door again. That's for sure. My dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderfully beautiful rest of the day. Goodbye.